Could you begin with a short description of Zutec?
Yeah, Zutec's an Irish company that was started in the late 90s. What it was then was it was a platform to help construction companies hand over building information to the client. And it's changed since then. What we do really, any digital tool that is used in the construction or facilities management phases of a building's life cycle, they can use Zutec, whether it's for collecting defects or other information on site or sharing information or handing that information over to a client. So really, it's a very much a database cloud platform for managing construction and building data.
You have now had your first quarter as a listed company. Could you summarize the quarter?
Yeah, we had a very good quarter, and interestingly, you say we're first quarter as a listed company, but actually we only listed 15 days before the end of the quarter, so it was only a few days actually as a listed company. But we've had excellent growth. We grew 20% above expectation for the quarter. We've increased our contracted sales by 27% up until 2021 and increased our contracted sales for the year by an extra 9%, which is going to give us in around 40% growth for the year. So a very positive quarter. And now really, I suppose, now once the IPO is done, which is done towards the end of the quarter, now we're moving forward with the capital raise, how we spend that and putting strategies in place to grow the business.
In conjunction with the IPO, you raised about 50 million SEK for further expansion. Is this process developing according to plan?
Well, absolutely. You know, as we spoke about our third quarter, our first quarter as a listed company, and the growth in that growth actually has nothing to do with the capital raise because we hadn't received that money in the quarter. So that's actually our organic growth. So what we're going to do now is begin to spend that capital very carefully and mainly around sales and marketing. We're driving the product towards to make it easier to sell and easier to market, to make more mass marketing available to it. So having a wider customer base. So a lot of the capital is going towards that product becoming more sales orientated, but also driving a new sales strategy and concentrating on high volume sales. Maybe they might be smaller sales on the individual basis, but there'll be much more of them. There's a lot of companies out there that use tools like ours at a company level rather than a project level. Traditionally, we've focused on the project level, but now we're going to push into that company level because that brings us into way more customers. You know, there's a much bigger market for us there. So that's the concentration, and that's what we've started to do. We're only 10 weeks in since the listing. We've already got 3 new salespeople in place. We've deployed HubSpot, which is a CRM and sales management tool. We have a sales strategy consultant in for 6 months. So we've already started that spend, but very carefully, kind of very much precision spending. We want to make sure we get the best return for that money that we can.
What is the objective behind the new sales approach?
So the sales approach, we're moving from a more traditional sales approach where you would contact people, try and sell them your product, to a more inbound marketing and inbound sales. The whole sales landscape is changing. You know, people have the information they need to buy something before you speak to them. You know, they're Googling it, they're online checking you out, they might download trial software, things like that. So you want to make sure that when you bring someone into your sales cycle, that you're making sure they're qualified, they're interested. So when we put our technical salespeople out with potential customers, we know that there's an 80–90% chance that that's going to become a sale, rather than the traditional way is where you start with the technical sales approach and tell them about your company. You're taking that back to the end of the cycle. So therefore, you're reducing the cost of sale, you're increasing the amount of sales you get for each technical salesperson, and you're able to manage the metrics of it very simply. Sales is very much a process. You know, your first engagement with a client, which is going to be on the website. Second engagement may be an email or a phone call. Third engagement may be a company presentation. But really, what you're trying to do in those stages is fact find about the existing client, what their needs are, what their problems are. And then only at that stage, we move into the technical sales area where we offer them solutions for their problems. But we make sure we know what their problems are, we know that they have those problems, and that we're helping them to buy our product rather than trying to sell the product to them. That's the difference in the sales strategy.